Hello everyone and welcome to this afternoon's webinar. I'm just going to give it about 30 seconds just to allow more people to join. So for those of you who haven't been on a webinar before or haven't used Zoom, you'll notice that there's an option on your toolbar called Q&A. If you have any questions during the webinar, submit your questions there. And then towards the end, I'll be able to go back and answer any queries that you have. If your question is related to purchasing Ayoa or about your own subscription, please don't put that in the Q&A. Just pop us an email after this webinar at support@ayoa.com and our team will be delighted to help you. Okay, so I think everyone has joined now, so I will get started. So today we'll be looking at two features in Ayoa, the planner and my calendar, what the differences are and when you would use them. So to access my planner, just navigate back to the home page. So if you were working on a mind map or a task board, just click home and that will take you back to the home page at any time. And then you can either access my planner from this shortcut here, or if you go into the menu, you can access it here as well. And this opens up my planner. So as you can see, this isn't set out like a calendar. This is more of a priorities to-do list. So you've got now, next, and soon. And what those timeframes mean to you is completely personal. So for example, your now list could be a list of tasks that you need to get done maybe that morning. Your next list could be the things that you're nice to have. So if you get your morning to-do list done, they're the things you'll go to next. And then soon can be things that you need to do in the future. So at the moment, you can see that this planner is completely blank. So to add a task, you've got two ways of doing it. So if you want to add a task here from a task board that you've already been working on, just click on Unplanned Tasks. And in this list, you'll see every single task that you have been assigned to across all of the different task boards. You can narrow down your search by task board if you want. And you can search by recent and by due date as well. And if there's a particular task you're looking for, you can just type in the name here and search for it here. So what I can now do is I can look through all these different tasks that I'm working on and I can pick on the ones that I want to prioritize. So for example, I could pick out this task. All I need to do is just drag and drop and pop it in my planner. I can have a little look here and decide, okay, I also want to put that in my planner, and we'll add 3 in total. So now I've got 3 tasks which are already active on different task boards that I have. And now I can have a think about how I want to prioritize them. So no matter what even if I'm on a team subscription, even if I'm not the owner of that team subscription, this space is just for me. So no one else on the team or any of those task boards is going to be able to see how I prioritize these different tasks. And this space is just for you to allow you to just think about all the different things that you need to do and organize them in a way that makes sense to you. So for example, now I could go, okay, this one is overdue by a day. I need to do that now. And I can have a look at this one and think, okay, so this isn't actually due to the 27th of July. I'm going to pop that into next. And then this task doesn't actually have a to-do date yet. So I can have a think about that one and go, okay, I haven't even started this, so that can go in soon. And you can see straight away, rather than having one big long to-do list, I've been able to separate it out into priorities of things I need to do now, things I will do next, and things I will do very soon. And I can access these tasks by clicking on them. So here I see all the same information that I would see if I had it open on its task board. I can still make all the same edits and all the same updates. Now, what I can also do in my planner is I can add my own little tasks that don't need their own task board. So there might be, many little things that you need to do throughout your day or your week that you think, I don't want to forget that, but I really don't want to set up a whole task board for it. It could be something as simple as, I need to order stationery, I need to renew this subscription, little things like that. And so what you can do is, rather than making a whole new task board, just double click on whatever column you want to add it on. And just add it there. So you can see this task looks a little bit different from the other tasks on my planner. So on this task, for example, I can see exactly what task board it's on and what categories. While this task, you can see, there's no category there and there's no task board there, because this task is only exists and is only accessible on my planner. So no one else will be able to see this. This is just your own little to-do list. Now, if I change my mind and decided, actually, no, I need to put this on a task board, that's absolutely fine. Just click on the task and scroll down and click on task location and just choose the task board you want to add it to. And you can even choose the category. So just to show you that again, if I want to add a task to the planner that I don't need to create a task board for, just double click. And click enter, and you've got your own task there. In my planner, you can also view things on a Gantt timeline. And just click at the top, and as you can see, now I can see my tasks across a timeline. And where this will be useful for you is if you're managing lots of different projects and you want to check, where you've got a lot of deadlines all at once, what your true workload is like. You can pop your tasks into your planner and just have a look at your own Gantt timeline. And that will really help you manage your time and just rethink over what your schedule needs to be, or if you need to delegate any of those tasks to anyone else. So to go back to the main planner view, just click up here and it brings you back. So here you might think, well, why would I use my planner instead of my calendar? So my calendar is really good for really focusing on dates. It also allows you to see tasks which are assigned to other people. But it doesn't necessarily, show you, your priority list, and you can't really organize it by priority. So your planner is really good for just organizing many different tasks of many different categories, and just helps you focus a bit better. So for example, from personal experience, I find my planner is a great thing to check, first thing in the morning when I log into Ayoa, I can have a look at the different tasks that I need to work in for that week. I can rearrange my priorities, and I've got it all in one space. And it saves me having to check in on all the various task boards that I'm currently working on or that I'm a part of. So if you've added anything to your planner, you will be able to see it on the task board. So I'm just going to skip to this task board now by looking at the task location and clicking on the arrow, and this will open the task board. So you can see that there is a blue highlight around this task saying next. So I know that when I jump on this task board that I've already added this task to my planner. No one else will be able to see that. That will just be for me. So if I wanted to add a task to my planner directly from the task board, just select your task. Then in the side panel, next to my planner, click on Plan This and choose whether you want to add it to now, next, or soon. And you can see now it's highlighted blue with now underneath it. If I switch to my planner, you can see that that's been added onto my planner under now. And now that it's in there, I can very easily just drag and drop it. And rearrange those tasks. So that's my planner. It's a really simple, easy to use tool that gives you the space to work out your own priorities. So the next thing I'm going to look at is the calendar. So to access the calendar, go to the menu and you'll see that the option for your calendar is right there. So by default, it will open it up either in the last person you view tasks for, or if you've never used the calendar before, it will show your own tasks. So you can choose to view the tasks on your calendar either based on their start dates or by their due dates. In this column, you will see any tasks that are due on that week here, and you can see that there's a column for overdue tasks here. As you can see, I haven't updated these tasks, so I've got quite a few overdue tasks here. And then across here, I can look ahead for the coming weeks and see exactly when these different tasks are due. So on my own calendar, I can add tasks here as well. So I can either add them to this to the calendar exclusively, or I can pick and choose exactly what task board I want to add them to. And add the task here. So it's another really easy way to add tasks quickly, but when I really want to consider the dates more than the priority. So as well as viewing tasks for myself, I can click on here and view the tasks of my contacts. So for example, I'm just going to click on Alex, and it will load the different tasks that she's got due. So the important things to remember for security reasons, if you're worried about people being able to see all your different tasks, you will only see tasks that you would have already been able to see in task boards that you share. So for example, if I had a task board which I hadn't added anyone to, no one's going to be able to see those tasks on my calendar. They will only see tasks where we've shared a task board and that those tasks were already visible to them. So where my calendar can be useful instead of my planner, my planner is just for you. You're only going to be able to see your own task here. While with my calendar, you can check on your colleagues on your employees and people you're delegating tasks to, and you can see, you know, exactly how much they've got overdue. You can see what their workload is like. So, you know, once again, it helps you consider how you're delegating tasks, whether people are struggling, and if those tasks can be managed better. So here we've got the filter. So if you wanted to filter the tasks for Alex and just check, okay, so over the next few weeks, what tasks has she got due that are really urgent? You know, you can do that very, very quickly here. And as you can see, it's really easy to switch between different people. So you can very quickly check up on different people you know, to help you support your own employees. Okay, so that is my calendar and my planner. I just want to check, you know, if anyone has any questions, you can now submit them to the Q&A. And I will just go through, you know, other ways that you can learn more about Ayoa and get support. So we have support guides available on support.ayoa.com, and that covers all the different features across Ayoa. We have a YouTube channel, so on there we have a selection of videos, and we also have recordings from our previous webinars. So those webinars include feature-focused webinars, such as mind mapping and radial views and task boards, as well as the Getting Started webinar, which will show you all about getting started with Ayoa to help you confidently on board either yourself or other people. And then if you have any additional questions, you can email us at support@ayoa.com. Okay, so thank you for your question. So the calendar within Ayoa doesn't integrate with calendars outside of Ayoa. So that it is not possible to integrate this. But what you can do, so on our higher tier ultimate plan, we do have a Google Calendar integration where you can export different task boards to your calendar. So to do that, you just go into your settings for that task board and click on Google Calendar Sync. And if you haven't used it before, it will just ask you to set that up. And here you can sync your different calendars to your Google Calendar, where it will add your tasks as events. And what I'll do is, while I'm waiting for other questions, I'll just send you the link on how to set that up. Brilliant. So for those of you who've been using Ayoa for a while, or perhaps you're completely new, we've been releasing a lot of new features, and this week was a particularly big launch for us. So we've introduced a virtual meeting capture. So that's coming very soon. We'll also be introducing a Zoom integration, and we're currently, that is currently in testing. We've got a brand new feature called Team Pulse Dashboard, which is all about capturing ideas and broadcasting them to your colleagues so they know exactly what you're working on, so everyone can stay in the loop, which we found, working remotely, it's really important to keep your team informed on what you're doing. We've also introduced a quality of life update for our chat. So now you can add statuses, to communicate, whether you're away, busy, offline, and you can set statuses to clear automatically as well. Okay, so does anyone else have any other questions? We do webinars on a weekly basis. So next week we'll be doing Getting Started in Ayoa. So if you missed that one in the past, you can sign up and join that one. And we do have the past webinars we've done for Getting Started in Ayoa on YouTube as well. And then the following week, on the 22nd of July, we'll be doing How to Enable Flexible Working, which is all about how you can use different features in Ayoa to support your workers and yourself adapt to flexible working as people start to slowly move back to the offices, but occasionally continue their remote working. We've also been introducing lots of new languages. So we've now added Korean, Japanese and French, and we've got many more languages to come. Okay, it looks like no one else has any questions. It was quite a short but sweet webinar today, but I hope you found it useful, taking a look at my planner and my calendar, how the two differ and when you might use one or the other. But if there are any questions that come to you after this webinar, please don't hesitate to contact us at support@ayoa.com and we'd be delighted to help. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.